Our top focus this evening. Delhi is perpetually the theatre of a raging battle between the Lieutenant Governor and the Chief Minister of the state. You and I know that. Most times the battle is vicious and it's personal. Today, it became, well, downright humorous when Arvind Kejriwal decided to send out an affectionate, quote-unquote, tweet to LG Vinai Saxena. He said, and I quote, and it was in Hindi, so I've roughly translated it for you. He said, even my wife does not scold me as you do, LG Sahab. You have sent me more love letters in 6 months than even my wife in all our time together. Just chill, LG Sahab, and ask your super boss to chill as well. And by super boss, he means Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. LG Sahab, of course, in his wisdom, didn't respond, but the BJP's Amit Malviya did, saying, and I quote, maybe your wife has better things to do than to write love letters to you. Well, what's there to debate in it, you might think, but well, this is a rare opportunity when politics has turned a bit humorous. So we thought, why not call in the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party and some analysts to help us understand if humor is a great tool in politics as well. It certainly is, I would imagine. Richa Pandey Mishra, BJP leader, is joining us on the broadcast. We have Abhinandita Dayal Mathur from the Aam Aadmi Party joining us as well. Neerja Chowdhury is a senior journalist, someone who looks at Delhi's politics very closely. And Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst. He's joining us as well. Richa Pandey Mishra. Didn't see a response from the, LG, and possibly he's right in not responding to this tongue-in-cheek quote/tweet that was put out by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. But any thoughts at all?
Good evening to everyone and to all the viewers. This tweet is neither funny, it is nor clever, neither it is brave. It is a regressive tweet. Today, Arvind Kejriwal ji has hit a new low in the political discourse of this country. And today, he has hit a new low as a husband by dragging the name of his wife into the political slugfest for some cheap political benefits, for some media coverage, and as a distraction tactics. This is buffoonery and cheap antics, and he should refrain from that, and he should respect the constitutional post on which he is sitting. He is accountable for all the notices which he is mentioning as love letters. They will be served to him time and again, and all the irregularities and scams which his team is doing, and he is also involved. He is accountable for them. He has to answer them. This tweet is not a simple tweet, ma'am. This is reflecting a misogynistic mindset of a dictator. And today, Sunita Kejriwal ji is the victim of Kejriwal's style of politics. I would like to mention here that this is the new Delhi model. From today, we can see very openly that one minister gets his pregnant wife bitten by a dog, and here the chief minister drags his wife for political benefits and as a distractional tool, and making it a light conversation. This is not a joke. This is not buffoonery. This is buffoonery.
Richa, I understand that the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are in the business of politics, but if something has been said in jest, it needs to be taken in jest, right? Aren't you taking it too seriously? Is the point I'm making.
This is how political discourse was set when his minister used to come on TV and say, oh, हमारे घर का matter है, मैंने अपनी बीवी को कुत्ते से नहीं कटवाया. And this is how he's bringing his wife into, a political slugfest, which is not required. He is on a serious position, and this is a tweet or any other social media platform also has its limitations. There was a time, and there is still a time in India where people hit each other if their wife's name is mentioned anywhere, or they take them to court. But just look at Arvind Kejriwal ji, he has hit a new low as a husband also. I mean, what is the point? And he thinks these are love letters. He is accountable as the chief minister. I mean, he's trying to say, take it chill. He's not a 21-year-old guy. He is a chief minister of Delhi. He cannot be writing in such humor.
Okay.
This is not humor.
Abhinandita, the BJP representative on the panel is saying this is not humor, this is buffoonery. He is not a 21-year-old who can tell anyone to take a chill pill. And the fact is that these love letters, as he calls them, will keep coming because, the BJP and the governor are going to unearth scam after scam. And obviously, if that happens, these love letters will keep coming. Moreover, and the biggest charge that Richa is making against Mr. Kejriwal is that his wife has become the victim of Delhi's dirty politics. And that is what the tweet shows.
It's very amusing to see the BJP being totally baffled by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and his wit. And obviously, they don't really, everybody knows that they're not in the best place to actually be talking about women's rights or wives' rights. I will not elaborate on this. That is not the point. This LG, this is an unprecedented low actually. And, anybody who wants to work and is busy, working for the city and working for the country will obviously be very annoyed with these letters or love letters or notifications. First of all, this LG needs to be briefed better. As per the 69th Amendment, we must realize that there are limitations to what, is his jurisdiction and what is the jurisdiction of the elected chief minister. Time and again, this, LG Sahab, to please perhaps his, the people who appointed him, his party, keeps interfering in the business of Delhi, which means that he's directly actually attacking the, the electorate of Delhi. The people have, for a reason, elected this government with a huge majority because they have to do some work and the people have faith in that. LG Sahab, of course, comes up with new things. Aise mat karo, baitho mat, khade mat ho, ye karo, probe karenge, ye karenge. And I think he really needs to be briefed. One, about Delhi, I don't think, and I know that he has no, no experience of being in Delhi, has no experience of being in administration or in politics. So he needs to be briefed properly. The more serious thing is that, one after another, we've had to deal with LGs. How long is the BJP going to keep trying to basically create a false perception about Arvind Kejriwal because none of it is working. You start with ye scam hai, wo scam hai, is pe dant diya, yahan kyun nahi aaye, वगैरह.
But the fact is that you have at least a couple of your big guys behind bars.
Sure, and they are, of course they are. And we think that that is part of this, this vendetta and this agenda. And once the cases see the light of the day, we will know what happens to that. That aside, but this nitpicking every day, this sort of disruption of Delhi's work, that is the serious part. And I think that when one gets very, very edgy, you try and rationale with somebody, but if there is no reasonable dialogue, which is impossible at this point with this LG, then one has to rely on, wit and humor because it is there for everybody to see that none of the allegations that the BJP is making right now is sticking. So they will keep coming up with new problems. They are completely ignoring the, Supreme Court bench observations on the distinction of discrimination of powers between the elected government and the LG.
But, Abhinandita, fact is, and I'll let Richa come in and Neerja ji come in, but the Aam Aadmi Party government and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal have not gotten along with any LG in Delhi. 3 so far in his tenure. Mr. Saxena is the 3rd one. You don't like Mr. Saxena, maybe you had a better relationship with Mr. Bejal or Mr. Jung. That didn't happen, right? So who's the one choosing the confrontational path? Is it the Aam Aadmi Party or is it the LGs? And if the LG has a question, if the LG smells a scam, it's his job, right, to send a letter or a notice to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he should...
appointing the LG, or is it the people who are appointing the LG? So I think that we must also add that as a, choice to this multiple choice question.
Neerja, you want to come in? Let Neerja come in here. Yeah, go ahead, Neerja. What do you make of the tweet? I thought it was funny. I thought it was humorous. And I thought it conveyed the point. Now, the BJP is taking umbrage to it. They're saying this is not funny, this is misogynistic, etc. I didn't see anything misogynistic in it, but go ahead.
Look, I thought the BJP will also reply in kind, do a tongue-in-cheek answer to him.
Amit Malviya did, for a bit. Maybe your wife has better things to do. But yeah, I would have expected a more elaborate tweet. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and given that they have a very strong team, a creative team, They could have done better and, done equally humorous riposte. But anyway, they've taken it. Of course, the charges are serious, but it is scam after scam after scam that they're going for, because important elections are going around the corner. Gujarat is very critical for the BJP. What the Aam Aadmi Party has announced for Gujarat on power subsidy, BJP has taken them on, and then the scam in Delhi and so on. We know all that. But I thought also there needs to be more humor in politics. All these parties and politicians take themselves too seriously. At certain level, of course, it is serious issues they're dealing with, but humor, I remember in parliament debates, such humor and, used to be in the days of old. Seen, and there is a place for that. And for him to say that, about love letters, about daantna, meri biwi ne bhi itna nahi daanta, and, chill out, and tell your boss to chill out, theek hai, And at one level, through this humorous strain that he's used, he has tried to trivialize the charges that the BJP has made against the Aam Aadmi Party. What is all this kind of love letters and so on? So it's also a very clever response, not just a humorous response.
It's a clever response, and yes, I agree with you when you say that there has to be more humor in public life. Yes, politicians deal with serious issues, but they are not, as I always say, and my mother keeps tokoing me, why do you use this line so often? But they are not life and death issues. Doctors deal with life and death issues, not politicians. But come in here, Mr. Abbas, you were agreeing with Neerja.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. It's Shreya ji, it's such a pleasure to be a panelist along with Neerja ji, who I have great respect for. Let me say, Shreya ji, I'm not saying this, somebody else says this, but on a lighter note, बड़े-बड़े देशों में छोटी-छोटी बातें होती रहती है. Not just Shah Rukh Khan, but even Barack Obama said this in one of his visits to India. So when a POTUS, former POTUS could have light moments, why not us politicians? The fact we need to remember when Neerja ji mentioned, the humor during those days in the parliament, Sushma Swaraj or an Atal Bihari Vajpayee, fantastic, that is something we need in politics. Too much of seriousness, no good. We also need to understand, I really wish it was a tweet to a Shashi Tharoor, he would have come back with much better reply or a jest. I wish Amit Malviya or Vinay Kumar Saxena Sahab did that. But now coming to the core of the issue, we do see a little bit of it coming through. When Asaduddin Owaisi said, "मैं तो लैला हूँ, सभी political parties मजनू हैं." ठीक है, sometimes it's all right. But here, if we speak of misogyny, let me say, isn't misogynistic when Modi ji says, Jersey cow to Sonia Gandhi, or compares Renuka Chaudhary to laughter with Ravana's sister, or Kiran Rijiju tweets about it, or also as a matter of fact, 50 crore ki girlfriend to late Sunanda Shiv Pushkar. So this is also, or even worse, misogynistic if you see, ma'am. So we should, if you're condemning this, calling that buffoonery, wouldn't you do this, or would you keep mum about it, Richa ji? I think you should come out and as a good spokesperson, you will condemn what Modi ji said, Kiran Rijiju tweeted as well.
Richa, you spoke about misogyny. Yes, you spoke about misogyny, but the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson and Mr. Abbas are pointing out to misogynistic comments that your own party leaders have made, and on record. So they are not cooking this up, it's all on record.
Thank you. This is a very good panel, and I really appreciate that Neerja ji and Abbas ji has brought some very important points to light. And before I answer them, I would like to address the co-panelists from Aam Aadmi Party here. That if you are talking about respect for women, Aam Aadmi Party has no respect for women. That is why you have not appointed a single minister as a woman. There are 6 to 7 MLAs in Delhi who are women, but there is nobody there because that's the way you look at them. Besides this, LG is doing whatever he's doing. LG is doing under constitutional boundaries and constitutional rights. This is a serious matter where 1,800 crores to 20,000 crores of scams are happening every day. People are dying. People are suffering. So when we look at things, because we all are accountable, we all are working in political parties, and when you are elected by the people of Delhi, please be serious about it. Don't trivialize it, and don't bring your wife's name into picture. You can do whatever you want to do in your own party, but when you are the CM of Delhi, fine, I understand the humor bit and all these things, and there are better parliamentarians and there are big leaders who will address it. But as a woman leader, I would not like to let Arvind Kejriwal ji escape from this responsibility today. This is serious. We cannot be using women like this, their names like this, and that. And what is the trend you are setting? I understand that maybe I could have answered this whole question in a more hilarious or more funny manner. But no, I refuse to take that stand. My stand is that please don't trivialize it. Please, you are trying to act funny. This is not funny. These are serious allegations. And you want to become a Shah Rukh Khan? Please don't become Shah Rukh Khan of Bazigar. So this is my request.
Okay, can I quickly reply?
How do you, just a minute. Richa, then how do you explain Bilkis Bano and what happened to her rapists?
I agree there are various cases and there are various instances which needs to be discussed separately. Let us come back to this case first. Can we allow the chief minister of any state to just say that these are love letters, oh, LG is troubling me? Would you like to divert?
And can the chief minister or the home minister of this country sign on to a travesty where you have 11 rapists walking out of jail, and they are not just rapists, they are killers as well?
If you have a point on that, let's debate about that separately. Why you are mingling? There will be 10,000 cases like that. Let's start from Shah Bano case till now. Let's start let's open all the chapters. But why you are letting Kejriwal escape from this and this responsibility? Is it not his responsibility to respect his own woman?
Abbas wants to come in. Okay, you've made your point, Richa. Abbas, go ahead.
Ma'am, since you referred to me, ma'am, I did quote that Barack Obama, one of the great leaders of the world, formally said that. Now, coming straight to the point, ma'am, the viewers of Mirror now are woke. They watch everything. They are watching the silence and how you're deviating when it comes to a Bilkis Bano. Convicted killers and your party, let them go with remission free. Not okay, ma'am. Here you speak of Arvind Kejriwal. Chalo, Arvind Kejriwal is this, that. But what about Modi ji? Why are you so quiet when it comes to Jersey cow to Sonia Gandhi, a widow? Is that okay, ma'am? You don't condemn that? Why are you so selective? If Aam Aadmi Party is wrong, so is Bharatiya Janata Party wrong. 50 crore ki girlfriend is wrong. You're quantifying a woman, objectifying a woman. That is okay with you? I do not understand this, ma'am. Let's cut across party lines and call out all the buffoonery of all the political parties. It is high time, ma'am. And you speak of Aam Aadmi Party not having a woman representation. I believe today, Abhinandan ji, Mathur ji, you must have a representation. And ma'am, your party, one humble request. Have you seen the NCRB reports, ma'am? It is the Bharatiya Janata Party which comes on top, who give tickets to men who have serious criminal cases against women. Ma'am, we don't care. Don't give a ministry to a woman, but stop giving tickets to those gundas, accused rapists, and those serial criminal charges, and they're still MLA, MP, Vidayak, and Sansad. Is that okay?
Richa?
Ma'am, let us fight the issues and call out everyone out there who's doing wrong.
Okay,
be
let
it Congress,
Richa respond.
Be it AAP or be it a BJP.
Let Richa respond. Richa, 20 seconds, please.
The latest NCRB report states that Delhi is the worst place for women to be in. And
ma'am, don't be selective.
Ma'am, Richa ji, law and order किसके अंदर आता है, ma'am?
Liquor policy 1+1 3.
Ma'am, law and order comes under the central government, home ministry.
Law and order is separate, but liquor policy.
Richa ji को बोलने दो. Abbas, just a minute. Let Richa ji have a. हाँ, Richa, go ahead.
Yeah, please let me answer.
Yes,
and
please, go ahead.
you are making good points. Let me answer. The liquor policy, which is the liquor scam, and Arvind Kejriwal ji is being served notices for that, and that's why he's trembling like this today, and he is withering in pain because his deputy CM and his Satyendra Jain and various other ministers are going to be behind bars, and that is the reason he's used such a distraction kind of a tweet. I want to say the liquor policy which he implemented in Delhi is directly proportional, responsible for making Delhi unsafe for women. If you live in Delhi, please come and see. I live near Patparganj. All the roads.
The police comes under you, ma'am. Your Ministry of Home Affairs.
No, I think, Shreya ji,
the kids go there.
Abhinandita wants to come in, I think. Abhinandita wants to come in.
Sachets of
Neerja ji, just 2 minutes of patience. I want to come to you for the concluding remark. Acha, theek hai. Richa. Okay, Richa, you've made your point. Abhinandita, please, 20 seconds, and then I have to get Neerja ji in.
Ji. See, with due respect, I don't think it is useful for anybody to engage in this conversation with the direction in which Richa ji is taking it. The point that I want to make is that Delhi ke log, Gujarat ke log, और पूरे देश के लोग आज मोदी जी क्या कर रहे हैं और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी क्या कर रहे हैं, वो दोनों चीजों को देख रहे हैं, रिचा जी. It is impossible for you to compete with Mr. Kejriwal on actually delivering what a politician is required to deliver, what a government is required to deliver. You are not able to compete with him in governance. You're not able to compete with him in, health, in education, in good politics. In fact, you are not even able to compete with him on humor, in humor. So you are obviously rattled at the moment. You come up, with different allegations to change the perception. Nothing is sticking. Good luck to you.
Okay.
And, I think the people of Gujarat are going to give us some very interesting results.
That will just expose, and we are committed towards delivering governance seriously. It's not joke for us. It is not a joke for us. And
it isn't.
And women's respect is also, even if they are today, I'm fighting for Mr. Kejriwal. You're
fighting for Mrs. Kejriwal, but I'm very certain Mr. Kejriwal doesn't need anyone to fight on her behalf. She's a working woman. She knows what to do. She would have told her husband on Twitter only if she had a problem with the tweet. Acha, theek hai. Okay. I think we Acha, theek hai.
Don't be such opportunistic, please.
Okay. Neerja ji, here's my last question to you. For a while now, the BJP has, there has been a consistent effort and attack on the Aam Aadmi Saaf image, as it were, right? Has it worked according to you? We see these scams, come out every third day, every second day. We have some big guns of the Aam Aadmi Party who are in jail because of these scams, ghotala. There is now, a scam being alleged in the Delhi government's flagship power subsidy policy as well. Are the charges sticking or not according to you?
I think that time will tell, election results will tell. But, I want to say before that, it's great to see the BJP spokesperson taking up cudgels on behalf of Mrs. Arvind Kejriwal. That's marvelous. And her rights.
Does she need the... Go ahead.
And there's a politics may be nok-chok ki jagah hai.
I agree. Why so serious? To the BJP today, why so serious? Why so serious?
You have to distinguish, what you raise about Bilkis Bano, rape charges, what the BJP spokesperson also has raised. Those are very serious things. You cannot, laugh them away. But on a thing like this, scam after scam, so he has he's ridiculed it. With the kind of humor.
Trivialize
it, as I said.
And as I said, humor is a great tool to use in any walk of life, whether it's politics, whether it's media.
And it requires intelligence. Perhaps.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
It requires intelligence to do these scams also, which you are doing in a very funny manner.
3-time Chief Minister. He's challenged the intelligence of the Bharatiya Janata Party many times.
Okay,
so
we leave it there.
That and respect all women.
We leave it at that. Good to have this panel, and good there was no ladai jhagda, and we had three feisty women and one very feisty man as well on the panel. So I hope all of you come back to the show. Thank you very much. Richa ji, Neerja ji, Abhinandita and Mr. Abbas, thank you very much for joining us. On that note, if anyone